Welcome to today's session. And today I would like us to talk about a very important document in an organization as far as credit management is concerned. And this document is what we call a credit policy. And I would like us to know what a credit policy is. I would also want us to look at the two types of credit policies. And I would also like us to also look at the factors that contribute to one adopting to the either type of a policy that exists. And probably you'll say that your business is not big, your company is not as big, so you don't need a policy. But today I want us to agree, or I want us to learn and know that as long as you are in business and you're offering goods and services on credit, you cannot do without a credit policy. And the credit policy, what it is, it's not as complicated maybe as the name sounds. These are guidelines that have been laid down. They are in a written form, laid down to guide the personnel or the people who are working in the credit department. And this guideline contains the various type of decisions, or it guides the person in credit to take the right decisions or to take the right action as far as giving the goods or the services on credit is concerned. Therefore, we can comfortably say that a credit policy is therefore a document that outlays or outlines the procedures or the processes or the steps that are going to be taken when we are in the process of lending goods and services to customer on credit. So therefore, this is a set of guidelines to assist the person who is running the credit department to take the right decision or to take the right route as far an issue is concerned in credit. And we're talking about giving goods and services on credit. The various decisions that come on board are who qualifies for credit, how do we qualify this customer for credit, and then how do we collect, or what if the customer does not pay? What are we going to do to this customer? So the credit policy will give guideline on what will be done when it comes to recruiting or onboarding a new customer for credit services. It will also take care of the issues that will come along the way. How do we make provisioning for bad debt? Some customers will not pay. At what point do I write off the debt? At what point do I provide for the debt? Then from there, we will be able now to know what steps needs to be taken when we are giving the goods and services on credit. That is a very important factor that we need to consider. Then therefore, when we are talking about these guidelines, there are factors that we must be able maybe to consider as far as your business is concerned. And maybe before we look at those factors, we need to ask ourselves, what are the types of credit policies that exist in the market? The policies that exist in the market are of two types or two nature. Mainly, one, we normally have what we call a conservative credit policy, and the other one is a liberal type of policy. And if I to start with a conservative type of credit policy, I would say this about that policy. It is a policy that mainly has been prepared not to encourage so many people to enjoy your credit facility or to buy on credit. Why? Because as a business, you are able to sell as many sales on cash. Therefore, the credit is not a must for everybody. And when I'm talking about a conservative policy, probably I will say it is monopolistic. It is a monopolistic type of business that I would adopt to a policy that is conservative in nature. Why? Because maybe your goods, there is nobody, you are not facing any type of competition. Your goods are on high demand. The profit margin probably are minimal, so you need to take care of the little margin that you are making. And another reason would be as to maybe the nature of goods, as far as maybe the goods are customized. So if your goods are customized, it means you need to be a bit strict with customer, because if they don't pay you, there is no other place to take the item. So probably if, and then for example, if you are dealing with goods that are of lengthy product, they take a lengthy production period, probably you may also decide